We at the Blue Stockings raise awareness to the cause by fundraising and reaching out to help those affected by arthritis.
Our group goals for the semester were to raise $100 per person for a total of $600. In addition, we wanted to create awareness for the foundation, and each one of us will recruit at least one runner for the race. Another one of our goals were to work effectively as a group and improve our teamwork skills.
Some of the ways we plan to achieve these goals are to maintain a goal of $10 per person per week. We also place money canisters at local businesses and check them weekly. We sell the Arthritis Foundation scratch-off cards to our friends, family members, neighbors, and classmates. We use body stickers to sell our bodies to raise money. We also spend a lot of time on recruiting runners for the race. We organize an initiative, jeans and casual days at our places of employment / previous places of employment to try to raise money. We also coordinate a theater and event show at the CPA and request a donation at the door for admission. We attempted to do penny wars at a local elementary school and also stand outside of local businesses, department stores with the money canisters and ask for donations and pass out information about the race and the Arthritis Foundation.
Each member placed out a canister at different businesses, but when we collected the money, it was only spare change. We tried using the scratch-off cards, but only collected $6. People would rather just give us their spare change. We did not use the body stickers because we later found better ways to raise money. Jeans and casual days at our places of employment were against company policies. We decided against the penny wars because we did not have enough time to coordinate it. Instead, we found more successful ways for meeting our goal. We recruited 13 runners. Also, we set up a table in the quad and before play at the CPA. This ended up being more successful for us because it resulted in more community outreach.
At the beginning of coming together, it was difficult to incorporate all the different personalities of each member. But in the end, we realized that the cultural diversity actually enabled us to be able to recruit from various pools of people and resources, helping us in the end.
Decision-making tasks and making choices seemed to be an area that we struggled with throughout the entire course of our project. Even though we were making choices and reaching conclusions within our group, on occasion, we were sometimes deficient in engaging in the most important part of decision-making tasks, which is the necessary activity of sharing information and collectively reasoning amongst group members when it comes to making choices that are vital for the group.
Our group encountered groupthink during our brainstorming phase for fundraising. We had a lot of ideas, but we didn't have anyone play the role of devil's advocate. This resulted us in being overwhelmed with all of our ideas. After finishing the project and reflecting back on the whole process, our group was able to identify how we went through the different stages of group development. The first stage was inclusion and dependency phase, or forming. Our textbook states that when groups first come together, members explore issues of inclusion and dependency. The group says that group members often express anxiety because they are unsure of their roles. Our group experienced this during our first few meetings.
The next stage we encountered was the conflict phase, also known as storming. During the planning stages for our fundraisers and during interaction during group meetings, we experienced lots of storming. We overcame the storming phase when we learned and tried to shed positive light on certain issues and address each other's strengths in order to accurately utilize our resources within the group. We also spent a lot of time storming during our last few meetings. After finally coming into the performing stage the previous night, we entered back into the storming phase, but we learned a lot from this, resulting in a better outcome. Negotiating goals and roles phase was the next phase we encountered, also known as norming. Our group reached the norming stage when we realized that all of our goals, what all of our roles were, and we were able to reach out to our connections in order to bring resources to the group.
The fourth stage is known as the task and activity orientation, or performing stage. Our group reached the performing stage when we planned and implemented several successful fundraising and activities.
I just wanna run, hide it away, run because they're chasing me down. I just wanna run, throw it away, run before the fans more than you deserve. Don't treat me like a drag. I'm feeling like I keep on talking. I'm repeating myself, my words lost all meaning. I keep talking, I repeat myself. I just wanna run, hide it away, run because they're chasing me down. I just wanna run, throw it away, run before they find me out. I just wanna run, I just wanna run. Like a game of chess, I predict your move. I think I know you better, better than you do. I'm sick of feeling cheap, cheated and abused, sick of losing sleep, thinking about you. I'm feeling like I keep on talking. I'm repeating myself, my words lost all meaning. I keep talking, I repeat myself. I just wanna run.
In measuring our outcomes as a group, some of the things that we accomplished, aside from meeting our goals as mentioned in our proposal, we have raised $663 and counting, exceeding our original goal of $600. We recruited 13 runners, and most importantly, we have gained a greater understanding of how to deal with conflict and cultural differences, as well as relational communication challenges. Although we met our proposed goals, we have also learned that there is always room for improvement when it comes to working with others in a group setting. We did a good job of fulfilling our goals, but we could have done better if we had been able to work more efficiently and collectively as a group.
If another group were to do this project and work with this organization, I would recommend working towards their goal, but make sure they're working as a group and not as individuals. If any conflict emerges, resolve it as a group and as soon as possible. Do not let tension build, especially early on when the group members are still getting to know one another. Of course, you want to make your goal both as a group and an individual at the end, but think more about how the group applies the course content into the project and into the group as well. The group's success will not necessarily be based by the amount of money raised, but by how the group collaborated and worked towards the goal.
Group work is often difficult. The coordination involved is often overwhelming and hard to organize. Effective communication goes a long way to better the experience with a group. Without it, the group may find itself struggling to complete tasks on time. The most important thing to remember about group work is that it is group work. Group work requires people involved to be united, and if they aren't, the work produced will be a strong reflection. Don't run from group responsibilities. The more goals accomplished, the better the group will feel. And better yet, you do better as a group all around. Attending meetings is very important in order to keep the group organized. Group meetings serve as a glue and as a means to keep the group on the same page. Just remember that if problems arise with progress, group responsibilities, or any factor that is found troublesome, address them directly. It's better to be on the same page and be heard than to not address the issue because others may feel the same.